Hi, this is the second part in my motivational audio series. In the first part, I discussed about what motivation is and some examples as to how you can pursue motivation or think about motivation. Here I will discuss about goal setting. Let's go back to the examples I discussed in the first part. The first example was the fire and fuel example. Let's say you got a gallon of fuel, and with that you're keeping the fire alive. You slowly keep adding the fuel and keep the fire going. At the end of your gallon of fuel, the fire dies out and all you're left with is ashes. There was no useful work done. Neither you used the flame to cook anything, nor you did anything useful with it. Similarly, my other example of the car. Let's say you take your car to the gas station and fill the tank up with gas, but you don't have a plan to go anywhere. What would eventually happen is either you would just squander it away by driving to wherever your mind would say at that instant of time, or you just don't do anything. What I'm trying to say is that a goal is very important in life. Without it, we would just waste away our lives. Days, months, years will pass away without doing anything. Like someone said, to not plan is to plan for failure. If you slightly rephrase it, to not have a goal is to have a goal to fail. So you may ask, who sets these goals? When you were a kid, your parents set some of these goals. They would ask you to study well, get good grades in school, and behave well with people. When you grow up, your society sets some more goals. It asks you to be a morally responsible citizen, good citizen, and the like. But all these above goals will only help to shape you as a good individual. But what differentiates you from the rest of the others and carves out a place for you in this world are goals set by you. And you are responsible for setting these goals. Both short-term and long-term goals are important. Ideally, your short-term goals should align with your long-term goals. Means the short-term goals should be the building blocks on which you step up to achieve your long-term goal. For example, you cannot aspire to be an accomplished businessman in life if your short-term goal is to study astronomy or medicine. I'm not saying that it is impossible to do both, but only that the time taken to achieve both will be more. A more practical goal would be to join a prestigious business school and attain a business degree in the short term, and then go on to become an entrepreneur in the long term. So it brings us to the question, how do you set your goals? How does one set his goals? This is the most important part. Remember when you were a kid, parents, friends or relatives would ask you the question, what would you like to become when you grow up? Kids respond by saying several different things. Some say they want to become an engineer. Some say they want to become a doctor or a pilot. What this single question does for the child is create a vision. It opens up their imagination to the innumerable possibilities of life. So I would say the single most important thing for setting a goal is imagination. Imagination as to what you could achieve and what do you really want people to say about you after 10, 20, 50 years or even after you die. That is the first step to setting a noble goal. You should spend time with yourself, self-reflecting, identifying what makes you happy and what thoughts put a smile on your face. You should also identify what your strengths are and also think about how you can sharpen your strengths. Like I said, you should have a long-term goal for your life and a number of short-term goals that enable or position you to eventually achieve that long-term goal. Let's say you want to become an entrepreneur in life and want to establish a successful profit-making business. This is your long-term goal. Let's say you are about to start college. Then your short-term goals could be like this. 1. Pursue a business degree in college or take a lot of business courses. 2. Join a big company or a multinational company and learn about sales, marketing, production. 3. After working, you may opt for graduate studies or you can start saving money for your future venture. 4. You should brainstorm ideas and discuss your business plans with like-minded people and venture capitalists. So in this way, you will set your short-term and long-term goals. There is a lot of material available in the market which you can pick up and read more about goal setting. And finally, I would say this. With a dream in your eyes and fire in your belly, you can achieve anything you want. That brings us to the end of this session. Stay tuned for more to come. I will discuss more on this in my next session. Thank you.